Did you have an affair? And if so, when did it start?
The answer is no, I didn't. But over a year ago, I did not sleep with anyone. There's no baby, there's none of that. And so it's important for me to take responsibility for the areas where I did come up short. Okay. Sharing things about my marriage outside of my wife and outside of trusted counselors is an emotional affair. It was wrong. I take responsibility for that.
Y'all know that when I don't bother to take my bonnet off, I'm fed. I'm fed up. Pastor John Gray. I have a very complicated relationship with Pastor John Gray. It's really not that complicated, actually. I can tell you in about 10 seconds. My mama loves him, I don't. And that has caused a little bit of contention because she thinks that I guess she thinks I don't see it for God. I don't know. I don't like John Gray. I don't like his mama. What's his mama's name? What's sister girl down in Houston? Joel Osteen. I don't like her. You know, her hair gets on my nerves. My mama driving like she about to do a drive-by. You just pull on in. Why she be going so slow? Oh, the garage door opener ain't working. I hope she don't call me to open it because I'm right here. I can't help her. But anyway, yeah, John Gray. Our niece had the nerve to get Ponder TV. And listen. I know for a full nigga fact that this ain't nothing but the work of his wife, Four-Door Aventador, whatever her name is, Aventador. Sweetie, you have to stop setting your husband up to look like a fool because you don't want to look like a fool. Wasn't nobody blaming you for his cheating, but I'm starting to blame you for this press tour that he's going on. Four-Door Aventador was sitting there next to him. Kool-Aid Tuna asked him, so did you cheat? He says no. Four-Door Aventador sits over beside him and like, girl, settle the hell down. Settle down. Settle down. We should not be clapping for this man for not cheating. That's basic human decency. That's basic. I have married you and I have fathered several children with you. I will give you the respect not to cheat. That's not, everybody give him a hand. He didn't cheat. And on top of all of that, he was lying. He was lying. So, and I know Aventador knows that he was lying. I know she does because women know that kind of thing. And if I can look at that man from it had to be 2 or 3 years ago when my mom first really started getting into Pastor John Gray. And I looked at him immediately and said, no, that he ain't right. He's not, something about him is not settling well with my spirit. And for that, I won't be able to do it. And, you know, for his wife to be sitting up there hand clapping him for not cheating with the knowledge that he was cheating. I know she know he was cheating because why else would she have him and her going on these press, being on all the real, the talk, the chew, the boo, the woo, the who, the door, like Nirvana, all the bands. Been on tour with all the bands. James Brown and them, Bootsy, Collins, George Clinton and Parliament and fucking, they just been on tour, honey, going all around the world and I. And I just really don't feel like, I feel like if it were up to him, he would not be going all around telling all this tea. I really do. I feel like this is Aventador. What is her name? What's her name? It's close enough to Aventador for me not to really mind calling her this. I feel like this is Aventador's way of trying to, number one, keep an eye on him. We're going to be together all the time on this press tour. You can promote the church and Jesus and all of that, but I'm going to be sitting right here beside you. And I also feel like this is her way of trying to trick us into believing that this nigga ain't cheat. And it's just not feasible. I won't buy it. It's not fiscally responsible for me to buy into that foolishness. I won't. Because Mr. Brown looked like he'll cheat. He just do. Like, I'm sorry. And aside from that, he got up on, you know, when Kool-Aid Tuna asked him, have you cheated? He goes into, I was talking to someone and me and my wife were in a bad place and I was talking to someone who wasn't, you know, a pastor or a counsel, you know, trusted counsel. And I was telling them things that, you know, I should have been telling trusted counsel. And I was in the presence of that person one time, but no, I didn't have an affair, and you know, there's no baby and none of that. And I'm just saying, like, well, first of all, the baby is not, that's not the main, it is a very telltale sign of an affair, but that's not the only way that, you know, you had an affair, you automatically get a baby as your consolation prize. Congratulations. Like, that's just not how, that ain't it. But he's telling, you know, I was, you know, I had an emotional affair, and I take ownership for that, but I will not take ownership for things that I did not do, because as a pastor, and I'm saying, like, that's not a pastor thing, that's an everybody thing. If somebody walked up to me right now and said, Kay, you know, before Whitney Houston passed away, you cussed her out from Yoga to Yonder, you cussed her out, you cussed her mama out, you cussed, you know, Bobby Brown Sr. out, you cussed everybody out, I would say, well, no, I did cuss Sissy out from time to time, and I've cussed Bobby on occasion, but I ain't never cussed out Whitney Houston, and I will not take ownership for having done that. And it's not because I'm a pastor, because I'm not. It's because, girl, I didn't do that. So anyway, whatever. Long story short, girl, Aventador had him all up on these people thing, and she clapping extra hard and laughing, and it's so obvious when you look at her. It's so obvious that she wanted to be here. She wanted the world to know that her nigga ain't cheating. In the meantime, some voicemails done got released.
Someone who I had fought to sow seed into, get resources to. I'm in your city, and I can't get a call back. I just wanted to make sure I got my facts straight. Got it.
When you get this message deleted, my wife saw our text messages from Friday. She knows you were in the same hotel as me, and she does not know that I went to your room. She doesn't remember me leaving. She's got your number.
Of Pastor John Gray, and I know, you know, we don't see his face, but I've heard the man talk enough to fully believe that is his voice. These voicemails done leaked, child, and you cannot convince me. You can't get me to believe. I won't. I just simply won't believe that he talking about, you know, my wife knows you were at the hotel, but she doesn't know that, you know, I went to meet you. She doesn't know that she doesn't remember that I left the room. Did you? Y'all at the same hotel, and you went downstairs or upstairs, around the stairs, just around the river bend, to meet with this hussy. And what y'all talked about your wife? That's the story you selling me? At the hotel, y'all talked about your wife. And how, you know, the marriage is difficult, and we just need to pray, and Lord, everybody band together, and let's figure out how to get this marriage back on track. That's what y'all was doing in this hotel. Okay. If that's the story you want to sell, I'm not going to buy it, but I'm going to tell the girls there's a sale going on. Everybody run over to you know, John Gray, Pastor John Gray. He having a sale on foolishness. If you feel like buying foolishness, he got some over there for you. Because I'm not stupid. And I'm not saying people who want to believe this are stupid. I'm saying that I personally am not going to blindly buy into something because this is a man of God. Because I grew up around a whole lot of hoeing men of God. A lot of them. A lot. I can name probably 17, 18 just smooth off the top of my head right now. Just give me a beat, I'll rap their names. But I won't. I won't. But anyway, girl, I don't know. Honey, I felt the need to come out here and tell John Gray personally, sweetie, you need to tell 4-Door Aventador to cut it out. She looks a mess. She looks a fool trying to convince you to convince us. Y'all just look crazy. Anyway, girl, I'm gonna let Aventador take us out. Now, I'll see y'all later. Peace.
A year ago. Over